After 2 years of studying data science at university, I can finally say I absolutely know nothing. But for the last couple of months I've been studying, and now I can say that I might know something. But I have a feeling we're going to study together until we master data analysis. So for our second project, we're going to talk about traveling. Who doesn't love a feeling of finding a new destination to relax, to spend a good time, to explore, finding a good flight, have a good experience, but most importantly, find a good place to sleep at. For this project, we're going to talk about the European dataset of Airbnb. We're going to go on Kaggle and go down and look at each data, each column, what does it represent, and download it. Then we're going to open the file, go through. One of the things we notice, we have to remove the gap in the column names. And we're going to close it and open it with MySQL Workbench. So we're going to upload a data set. We're going to open a new connection called Airbnb, and then open a new schema called Airbnb as well. And we're going to upload the data set. Clicking on tables and uploading with Wizard. So we're going to browse to our file, select the right file, drop the table if it exists, make sure it uploads the table. Very important. And then we're going to upload it, make sure it's finished, everything worked, and press refresh. Let's open the table, see if it actually worked. And we selected everything and our table is here. We have the values, everything worked out. How many properties are there in each city and what are the average price? So we're going to start with the select. We're going to select our city and then we'll use the count. So the count basically counts each row when it appears. So we're going to count how much cities do we have, and then we're going to use as well the average to calculate the average price, and we're going to name both, each one with the as part. And I'm going to use from. I'm going to select where we're taking it from which table. I'm going to copy paste. Then we use the group by to group by a certain element. This time it's going to be the city, and select everything, and let's run the command. And we can see here we have the cities, we have how many apartments there's in each city, and what are the average price. Now let's make the average price look a bit nicer, and we're going to use a few things. So first we're going to use the round. So the round is going to let us to round the numbers. We can select how many digits we want to round, but this time we're going to round it completely. Let's select everything, and we see we have a nice rounded price, and there's other things that we can do. One of them is the concatenate, which allows us to attach to it a symbol. I'm going to add the dollar symbol. I'm assuming it's dollar, but it can be a different currency. And then I'll select everything and run it through. We have the dollars. We can see everything is nice, aesthetic, and we can start working with such a table. We can see that Athens and Paris, and especially Rome, have a lot of properties in their city. And we can see that Amsterdam has the most expensive average price per night. Athens has the lowest. How many room types are there? Their total, and what's the average price per category? So we're going to use the alter table. We said that we want to change the names. So if you want to call a specific columns, we're going to use the alter table, call our table, and then use the change column to change the name of private room. We're going to eliminate the space, put a varchar to it, and then we're going to select it and select the count. We're going to count the room type, and we're going to name it as room count. We're going to take the average as well. We're going to calculate the average price and use the round. And we're going to name it as average price and group by room type. Now we're going to use the concatenate and add a dollar sign, just like we previously did. how many apartments are 2K from city center and they have above 90 guest satisfaction in Amsterdam. So we're going to change another table name. We're going to have the city center and also the guest satisfaction. Notice that I have made an error. I'm going to fix it very soon. We're going to round the city center to have nicer numbers, and the guest satisfaction, we're going to put a percentage because we're talking in scores out of 100. We're going to use the where to select exactly our condition, and we want the city to be Amsterdam. And we're going to use the and to make another condition. We want the city center underneath 2 and also the guest satisfaction above 90, just like the question asked us to do. And we're going to group by the city center, the satisfaction, and we're going to order by descending and limit. Now we see, like I said, we have an error. We're going to fix it. And here we have our table. We can see Amsterdam has 103 rooms of high satisfaction. We're going to see which city has the highest average of guest satisfaction and what's the percentage of a superhost. So we're going to select the city, where you're going to sum, and inside our sum, I'm going to use the case. Case is going to count, basically makes a loop. It fills the condition. It's going to put 1, else it's going to put 0. And we want to sum the places where we have a true in the private room column. And we're also going to do the same, but we're going to create the percentage of total room out of everything. We're going to use the same element just like above, and then we're going to divide it by the total number of rooms and multiply by 100 and call it percentage. Then we're going to round the average satisfaction. I've put it here into number 1, so I'm going to want to see the first number after the dot, and we're going to add the percentage. Then we're going to group by the city, and we're going to round by 1. We're going to see the 1 digit, and let's see how it functions. We can see we have our table. So what's the percentage of person capacity per room in Rome? So we're going to alter the table again, like we previously did. We're going to change the column name, and this time it's an integer because it's a number. And then we're going to select the city. We're going to count the city, the person cap. We're going to take the average price, and we're going to round it up. We want to see 2 digits and added the $sign as well. And we're going to select where the city equals to Rome, because that's our condition. Otherwise, it's going to select everything and group by the city, which is Rome, and the person cap, order it by average price, ascending. We're going to select here. We can see we have our table and we have the data we wanted. Okay guys, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had a good tutorial, and until next time, keep on exploring.